Welcome back aboard USS Cod. Boy, that was a crazy storm we had. As you know, Cod is right here in Cleveland on the peaceful waters of Lake Erie, but not always quite so peaceful. We have a very sheltered slip. Our pier here is sheltered for the most part from most winds and storms, but not so much the other day. Evan, what day was that?
I think it was 2 days ago, so it was Tuesday?
The horror, you know, I am still recovering from the horrors of a mass shooting incident that Evan and I survived. And then on the heels of that, the fact that Cod almost dry birthed herself right here on our pier. We had a rather unfortunate sudden summer storm come up that had some wicked wind. It was a massive wind wall that pushed the water against the south shore of Lake Erie, and seriously, sadly, several tornadoes touched down in a southern suburb of here, and now 48 hours or more since that storm, people are still without power, and some people's cars got bisected by trees. Some parking garages are several blocks away from where they were expected to be. Luckily no one was killed, but a lot of damage, a lot of trees down, including here in our compound. But the amazing thing was this squall line came right toward us off the lake and shoved about 4 feet, maybe 4.5 feet of water piling up here. So what that meant was, and Evan's going to turn toward our pier face, that gray concrete pier wall right there with the white stanchions on it, that was the level of the lake, which meant the boat was now sitting about 5 feet higher. Of course, the boat didn't come up out of the water brought the boat up. And the shoreline of Lake Erie came in some cases about 25 feet. In fact, over here, the shoreline for about an hour was right here, forward of our National Historic Landmark plaque. Suffice to say, you look up at the boat generally. Now, right now we're at the high water mark here for approaching late summer. Sometimes the superstructure is almost even with the edge of the pier face. But imagine that up now 5 feet higher. I felt like an ant looking up, or a fish maybe, seeing it at water level. It was quite impressive. And let's just say that our intrepid combat photographer, Evan, captured the raw emotional reaction of seeing that. So if you don't like salty language, turn down your volume. Holy shit, Paul! Holy shit! She's dry docking! Get that! Oh my god! Holy shit, I did not know this! But anyway, you know, weather is an important factor for most of historic ships. Lord knows our shipmates on the Batfish down in Muskogee, Oklahoma, were pretty badly devastated by record flooding there. Hurricanes have certainly done more than their share of damage to the Gulf Coast and on eastern seaboard boats and ships. But for us, it was a rather unique event. We had, I'm not going to explain it to you because Evan was able to capture some really great images of what happened, including my shipkeeper, who almost bought the farm in the head. So that's very similar to what happened to Frank Kimball, almost buying the farm. In the Cod's officer said, "Hey, Evan, maybe you can link that episode." Suffice to say, it's a submarine. We had a group of people from Toronto, Canada. They were in the after room, and we kept them there because that brow, which we come over here and look at that, I would say that's roughly 30 degree angle, but it was very much a 45 degree angle during that storm. And by 45 degrees, I mean it is really unsafe for people to use.
Hi guys, Evan here, Cod Curator. Paul wasn't kidding when he said that the brow was unsafe to use. As you can see from this footage, I nearly took a spill down the brow because I wasn't expecting it to be at such a severe angle.
Luckily, that's a relatively brand new mat on there, so it has good grip traction. But suffice to say, the family exited down very carefully. We helped guide them down what seemed like a near vertical brow. I don't want to do that every day. We're still picking up tree branches here and there. But again, the best place to be on this is a submarine. So check out the reactions of our crew and the images you'll see, and comment if you're a veteran. What's the worst weather you've had on your ship, and what did you guys do about it? And we'll come back in a minute to tie this up.
I thought I was going to die because that was the highest boat I've ever seen. I was actually in a porta potty and I was afraid I was going to get blown over because it did lift up off the ground, and that's when I said, "Getting out of here." Yeah, so I'm soaked from that, but I'd rather get soaked from water than whatever I was facing with that situation.
Unfortunately, I missed most of the action. I was in the boat before I saw anything. I wished I would have been outside. I would have seen a whole lot more stuff. The only thing I felt was the boat moving a lot.
How badly was it rocking?
About like when we were underway, back and forth to dry dock.
All right. We have Curator Ben over here. He's picking up some of the debris, and I'm obviously not helping. I'm filming. Ben, what did you experience? You're in the boat most of the time.
Well, it was rocking, and we looked at the clinometer. It said about 5 degrees max at some points. So I popped my head out of the forward escape trunk in our little canopy over there, and looking through the flood holes, I saw the water washing up over the dock. So I knew we were pretty high up at that point. Well, thankfully it died down about as fast as it came, and here we are cleaning up the aftermath.
So that was the storm of 24. We've had some big storms in the past. That certainly was unique for shoving that water against the South Shore. And you know, Shane Stevenson of Buffalo, I owe you an apology because every time you guys cry and whimper about, oh, there's a sage, and oh, Cleveland is sending all the lake water to Buffalo, and oh, help us, I thought, what a bunch of crybabies. I still think you're crybabies, but boy, I'll tell you, I gotta agree, this lake can do some funky things to our boats. So there's a half-assed sorry, Shane. we were wrong. That lake can be treacherous. So remember, hit the like, subscribe, the notification bell, and we'll be back soon with more content, including maybe some arm wrestling with Shane. That's a challenge.